wish you bluebirds in the spring to give your heart a song to sing, and then a kiss. But more than this, I wish you love. And in July, a lemonade to cool you in some leafy glade. I wish you well, but more than well, I wish you love. My breaking heart, and I agree.
Hey crew, welcome back to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local light worker. I'm a tarot reader and an astrologer, and I'm very happy to be bringing you a subscriber's requested pick-a-card reading. I recently went on Instagram. You can follow me, by the way, at ms_bontemps. All the details are linked in the description box below, always under any of my videos if you want to get in touch with me in that way. So I took to Instagram and I shared with you the honest story of me feeling a little bit uninspired in this period, feeling a little bit out of love. And very kindly you guys responded, sharing some of your own experiences of feeling in a different way or feeling maybe similar to what I am going through. But the majority of you offered me suggestions and recommendations when I kindly asked you what type of pick-a-card readings would you guys like to see next. And I loved your answers. They are so interesting and so inspiring, and I'm so happy that I actually asked for your input. So I am going to now begin the process of creating these pick-a-card readings on the topics that you guys requested, and I'm going to start off today with Tarun. Tarun suggested that I do a reading on, have you found once in a lifetime love, or are you still to find it? Do you still need to meet your one and only, or could it be that you met this person and you let them go away, or you couldn't be together for a variety of different reasons, and maybe the relationship will bounce back when the timing is right? So I thought I would give you today, based on this wonderful topic, and because I'm feeling so creative and inspired at the moment, I thought I would give you collage art to choose from. So I specifically created 3 collages just for you, my loves, just for this pick-a-card reading, one of a kind, and I want you to choose one of them. You can go by the colors, you can go by the characters, whatever kind of tickles your fancy. I designed them in such a way that they tell a bit of a story, so maybe you can fill in the gaps. I will see what comes through at each specific pile, but let me show you the collage art a bit up close so you can see which one pulls you in the most. So I have here for group 1 this image. Okay, and it says over here, the Makalu Summit, which if you do a quick Google search, it will tell you it's a summit that is part of the Himalayas at the border between Tibet and Nepal. Okay, good. So this is for group 1. Then we have here for group 2, this is the collage art for group 2. This image actually shows the corona of the sun. Okay, and for group 3, we have this image. We see the crescent moon in the background, and this is a man that is holding this girl up so she can take a photo of the moon. Okay, so these are the 3 choices, one of a kind things I created for you because I love you all so much. And I want to give you something off the beaten track. You guys know my brand. What we do here on the Spiritual Social is very quirky and unique. And I really want to get back into that creative energy with which I started the channel. Behind each of these images are your pre-shuffled oracle cards. I pre-shuffled today from the Work Your Light oracle deck from the Wisdom of the Oracle, the Sibyl's Oraculum, which is the Oracle of the Black Doves of Africa, and the Moonology deck. But as you guys know, I am going to live shuffle from the Star Spinner Tarot. Yeah, so we live shuffle from the tarot and we pre-shuffle or pre-select the oracle cards so that we can more easily and quickly get into the message. And I also have some clarification because the tarot can sometimes be a little bit harsh, filled with tough love messages, and the oracle kind of softens the blow or colors the whole experience in a much kinder, more empathic, compassionate way. At least this is how I perceive them, but feel free to make your own idea of playing with tarot and oracle cards and kind of divinating for yourself or for other people and finding out what style fits best with you. Okay, my loves, if you're interested in purchasing any of these decks that you see in the reading today, again, all the links are in the description box below. There's a lot of goodies underneath each of my videos, so I strongly suggest that you guys have a look. If you want to give me like a cup of coffee, if you want to support the channel in a monetary way, you can do it in two ways. You can join the channel and you get access to extra perks for my solar crew. You get one erotic pick a card reading a week, and for my light crew you get an additional one card reading per week in which I offer you some extra guidance and you get to see extra photos of me. So these are the perks that I offer at the moment with my memberships. You can also just click the heart-shaped symbol below that has $1 in the middle of it, and you can donate a very small sum, the price of a coffee cup, just to keep me going so I can feel super energized to create these readings for you guys. I do want to thank you so much for the support. You know, you don't have to contribute financially. You are still part of my family. I still love you. Just your presence, your views, your clicks, your likes, your shares, everything contributes to the growth of our family. And I'm so excited to see us growing, to see us evolving, and to see us overcoming challenges together like a very strong family. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but we're having a bit of a stormy day today. It's July, where I find myself in Bucharest, and traditionally, farmers have always considered July to be the month of the most rains, yeah. And we celebrate a specific saint, Saint Ilie, who comes with the rain. So yeah, just as a small tidbit from folklore, from my own culture. Anyway, I don't want to keep you too long. I hope that you took time to enjoy this art, that you selected your pile, and I cannot wait to divinate for you. So let's get to it. Come on, let's not waste time. Hey group one, hello my loves, I'm so happy to have you here for a pick-a-card reading on the topic of, have you met once in a lifetime love, or are you still to actually encounter it? So this is for those of you that were drawn to this collage art. We see here starry night, it looks like a summer sky, but we also see snow peaks. Yeah, a summit, a mountain summit. We see something that looks like naval patterns, and we see this person, could be a woman, dressed in an outfit that is very desert-like, but also glamorous. So it's a very mysterious, remote, detached kind of energy. A lot of blues enter here. So blue is usually the color associated with sadness. There is even a type of music that was inspired by that energy of feeling blue, right? I'm talking about blues. So there is a little bit of a melancholy energy I'm picking up. You might wonder whether indeed you have found once in a lifetime love. You might yearn for it. There could also be a tinge of regret. Let's see what the tarot deck has to say. Okay. Yes, we have the Magician reversed. So this energy is blocked. Let's unblock it now. There we go. You're coming into your power again. You might have given your power a bit away. And we have here the Knight of Swords. Yeah, there could have been some verbal aggression, verbal conflicts that could have made you believe that you are no longer able to manifest the life you want, the outcomes you want, the type of love or love relationship that you want. Interesting. Let's see. Let's piece the puzzle of this story together. So we have here, just a second. No. 9 of coins. I had to count them. For a second, my Roman numeral interpretation was a bit blocked. 9 of coins, but it's blocked again. So this is usually the card that tells me you feel financially quite stable. You feel full of self-worth. But this energy has been blocked again. Let's unblock it. Yeah, there we go. You're coming back to a sense of deep self-worth, a sense of I trust myself, I trust my inner guidance. Something happened that took you out of this space of I feel powerful, I feel like magic is possible. Interesting. And this could have interfered with your vision of love. Okay, and then the final card that we have here, the Knight of Wands, adventure. Adventure is coming next. So I feel like you're slowly going to regain this belief that life is actually something that can feel playful, that can feel good. It's not necessarily a burden. And I think that you might believe that life has been a bit of a burden due to some verbal conflicts that appeared in your life that made you feel blue, remote, detached, and now you're kind of projecting this energy of I'm cold and removed. I'm just sitting, waiting and watching. There is a very strong High Priestess energy that I see in this collage. So Pisces energy, Neptunian energy can be heavily at play in your aura. Let's see right now the oracle cards. So we're putting together all of this information that I'm getting from the cards and from the collage art, and I will tell you what I believe, whether you have found love in this lifetime as we go along. Yeah, so we're like little love detectives. Let's see. There we go. You are good enough, Virgo energy. Pairing this card in combination with this other card, it does tell me like your sense of self-worth, confidence, and mastery has suffered a blow in your life. And now it's like you're piecing yourself back together. You're doubting things that in the past you actually believed were certain. There has been some sort of reconfiguration of your overall energy, and this is indeed affecting the kind of love connections that you are going to manifest next. But here's the catch. It's going to affect them in a very positive light. You're going to level up in love. So this defragmentation, this blow to your sense of self-esteem was a necessary setback to protect you from becoming arrogant and all-knowing. And now the setback has defragmented what you thought was true about yourself, so you can piece yourself right back up from a place of self, from a place of heart, and not from a place of mind and control and ego. You've opened up the gateway between your heart and your mind. And now I feel like you're going to achieve more, or in a different way, like you're going to grow in many different directions rather than just in one direction that you thought was the sure road ahead. Yeah, so your expectations were deceived. You did not reach the outcomes that you wanted in love. You had to draw some important boundaries after having certain arguments, after not really feeling like you could have harmonious conversations with the people that you might have selected as romantic choices in the past. But that's because they were lessons. Yeah, they were lessons. You were trying your hand at love. It wasn't real love yet, even though in your heart you believed and hoped, oh, love is here. It was a lesson. It was the preparatory stage for this once-in-a-lifetime love. I think you already know where I'm going with this, right? So let's see. A new romantic cycle begins, right? We have new moon in Libra energy here. Libra, It's all about love. It's all about agreements. The agreements that we make with our lovers. I agree to support you. I agree to protect you and defend you, right? Libra is all those vows that we make when we get married to somebody. Libra is also the hands that we shake when we decide to begin something new, when we open up a business operation and we meet partners and potential investors. We get people to pledge for our cause, right? We meet them, we greet them, we tell them what we can bring to the table, they tell us what they can bring to the table, and we strike a deal, right? We sign a contract, we reach an agreement. I agree to give you this, you agree to give me this, and together we grow. And if something happens and we do not fulfill this agreement, the whole relationship can crumble. Misunderstandings regarding communication, lack of trust, lack of accountability can completely ruin this Libra fair and justice prone arrangement. This is why Libra is the sign of love, the sign of partnerships and justice, because of these agreements that exist between people, that to a certain extent we need the help of other people to grow. We can only grow so much on our own. And I think you're reaching that realization that yes, on your own you are wonderful and you reached a certain level of development that was great. But something happened, this setback, this conflict happened. And usually conflicts happen in our life right about when we are close to ascending, right about when we are reaching a breakthrough, everything seems to be crashing down. You feel like you've been practicing your spiritual relationship to the divine. You feel like you've been saying your prayers, you've been doing good work, you've been helping other people, you feel like you're growing, you're going to reach a breakthrough. And then actually the breakthrough itself is not smooth and free-flowing and cuddles and butterflies. It comes with a tower moment, it comes with an argument, it comes with a shocking news, it comes with an event that takes you out of yourself one more time to test your inner strength and resolve. And then the way in which you piece yourself, that is the breakthrough in itself. Does that make sense? Yeah, it has to make sense here before it makes sense in the relationships outside of you. So I have a feeling that you are right on the cusp of potentially meeting once in a lifetime love. But I haven't gone through all of the cards, so let's see. Birthing a new age. And the keywords here are birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. We're going back to Neptune and that energy of the High Priestess that I identified from the Collage Art. You see the arms are standing up, right? It's as if she's summoning the divine, summoning the inner reserves to believe even after setbacks, even after obstacles, still finding the courage and the strength to reach out your arms and to say, I am open to all of the blessings that the divine and the angels want to give me. I believe. Even when it's difficult, I still believe and I still will manifest what it is I am looking to manifest. But there have been some problems here manifesting love, believing love, in love, because you had some setbacks in believing in yourself. Your sense of self-worth took a pummeling. Yeah, you were humbled. You were humbled by the events in your personal life. And it was only because it had to put you on this even keel. It had to make you understand, what do you bring to the table and what can you expect or demand from another person to bring to the table in a personal connection? Because maybe the things were not clear in the past, 11/11, when I said that. So this blow, this sense of, I want what I want, but maybe you wanted it in a way that was not serving your true self. I keep getting this energy of you had to be deconstructed and put back together in order for you to actually have the foundation necessary for you to experience true love. So let's see. Time for a nap. So the interesting alchemical process goes in the following way. You are doing well, you are growing in your power as a magician, then something happened, a verbal altercation. I see here an argument, I see here something that really had you take out your sword and stand your ground. You felt sad after that. You felt as if, what's the point? Should I continue? Should I move on? It could have been a romantic disappointment. It could have been you needing to end things with a person that you thought, this is it, this is my person. This might have been an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. I also see here Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So things had to be severed. They had to be cut back. And then you had to do the difficult work of believing again that you are good enough, that you are worthy. But it was only because this energy was rebalancing you. And now, as you are being rebalanced, you have to allow your unconscious mind to take the lead. And how do you do that? By sleeping, resting, surrendering, not proceeding with so much ambition and oomph towards the realization of your goals, but allowing space for life to surprise you. Believing that you can indeed have things that just come at you out of the blue. That you don't need to work this hard in order to make something happen. So resting in the knowledge that I can trust, I am taken care of, I can actually relax and dream. Daydreaming is such an important component out of how you will manifest this love. You could have Mars in Pisces, Venus in Pisces, Moon in Pisces, and you need to actually have a vision of what you want to bring in your love life before it can actually appear in your reality. This is the secret to Piscean energy. Believe first, visualize second, manifest third. This is the sequencing. You also got 2 cards from the Sibyl's Oraculum. And we have here Superbia, which is pride in this context. And we also have here Obsequium, which is submission. I am reminded of that verse from the Bible, pride comes before the fall. So indeed, it seems like you were building up inner reserves of self-belief in the past before this humbling moment happened in love. You were building up these inner reserves that were creating a spiritual ego. Yes, because there is such a thing. People that work in the love and light community, they can suffer from spiritual ego. I am better than other people because I take care of myself, because I meditate and do yoga, and I have lots of crystals, and I am just chosen and divine and blessed, and anybody else who is unawakened is just, a group of cattle or sheep that are ignorant. No, we are all at different levels of development. There's so much going on in the collective, and it's good to just let go of this judgment. And that's why you had to suffer a blow in love, so that you can be brought down on your knees, submit, and grow. And it's not a comfortable position. It's not. But it was kind of like decrusting your ego so that true self can shine, so that you understand, okay, I was kind of veering a bit too much in this weird direction that would have brought me a lot of pain and would have separated me from wealth and from true love and from true connection with other people in the long run. So if you persevered in that mentality before this blow that was given to you in love, you would have truly ended up losing a lot of things, and it would have hurt so much more than this momentary setback was hurting you. So, have you found once in a lifetime love? No, not yet. Okay, group one? Group one, you are in a prime position right now to find love. And I feel that, let's just see. Let's just pull one more card. The 10 of Wands. So during a fire sign season, so this can be during Aries season, Leo season, which is coming right up next at the moment when I'm filming this pick a card reading, or Sagittarius season, You are actually very well placed to meet once in a lifetime love, right? Your wonderful partner, the true counterpart that will make you feel like you gel very well together, that almost like this person completes you in some way. Yes, and I definitely feel like your counterpart with the Seven of Wands here could be born on the 7th of the month and might very well be a fire sign. So if your heart was broken by this Knight of Wands, it was a fake emissary meant to humble you, meant to open up your heart, meant to help you grow through this period of melancholy, mystery, so that you can submit your pride and rise above in a more fresh, vulnerable, and opened way, so that you can be ready to welcome and identify true love when it appears in your life. Pride blinds us to love. Pride locks our hearts, so we cannot identify it, we cannot see it, we cannot feel it when it comes into our life. Your soulmate could be right in front of you, wanting to kiss you, wanting to hug you, and you are just somewhere else, locked inside your ego, believing that you know best than anybody else, or that there is no such thing as love, right? So you were humbled. Any setback in love was meant to humble you, was meant to open your heart, and it was meant to create the ground for you to meet, receive, and feel this once in a lifetime love, which will happen for you with a fire sign. And I think that you will meet this fire sign as well during one of the fire sign seasons, maybe even for this person's birthday. You could be their beautiful gift for their solar return. God bless. So this is the message that I had for you, group 1. Thank you so much, Tarun, for recommending that I do this pick a card reading. I really enjoy it. Let me know down in the comments. Did it resonate in any way? What kind of other types of readings you would like me to create for you? And I'm open to suggestions into creating them. Take great care. Until next time, I hope to see you in my next one. Bye. Hey group 2, hello my loves. I'm so happy to have you here with me today for a pick a card reading that was recommended by a subscriber on the topic of, have you found once in a lifetime love, or are you still yet to find it? Let's figure things out. So this is for those of you that were drawn to this collage art number 2. We see a woman in some sort of ecstatic dance, right? She is a ballerina dancer, professional dancer, and behind her, the heat of the sun emanates in this black and white inky background. So I think this shows a return to form, a return to life, a return to pleasure. I feel that some of you are recovering from an illness. Some of you have received some really good news. Some of you have maybe passed an important examination, received a promotion, relocated to a much better place. Maybe something that has been bothering you for a very long time finally showed up in your life as a breakthrough. And you're being overjoyed at the moment by this increasing awareness that something is possible. Something that before was not possible in your energy is now receiving the green light. So let's see, what are the cards that you have? I'm going to live shuffle from the Star Spinner Tarot. Let's see, for group 2. Have they met once in a lifetime love? Have they found it? The Lovers, your first card. Whoa, we're starting off very strong. We are in the Garden of Eden, right? Because this card is all about two people being in the Garden of Eden before the fall. It is about paradise, feeling at peace in each other's arms. It is about making good decisions and reaping the rewards of all of your hard work and your personal connections. Let's see. What else? What other clues can we glean? The 8 of Swords blocked, and I like this card blocked because it tells me that you're taking the blindfold off. You're finally seeing reality and yourself and your personal connections for what they really are. You're no longer lying to yourself. You're not building castles in the sky and pretending like they are a stable home, only to have the first gust of wind destroy your castle. You are no longer building on quicksand. You're building on a solid ground. You have overcome some sort of limiting belief, a limiting mindset that was making you very unhappy. Some of you might also be at the moment in the process of recovering from depression. Yeah, you're just building your energy back up. So you're letting go of overthinking. You're escaping this prison of your thoughts. You're trying to get back into your body, into your senses, into the fragrant, sensual world. Which is interesting because I am recovering as well from an illness that allowed me to keep my taste, but I can't really smell. So it's a very strange, it's a very strange proprioceptive relationship I have at the moment with my 5 senses, one of which is very silent. So maybe I wanted to share this personal thing because you resonate as well with me. Let's see, we have the star blocked. Oh, boo, this is a lack of hope. A lack of hope, a lack of wondering what's coming up next. You might have gone through a couple of days where you just felt a little bit under the weather. You felt like, oh, a ton of bricks has just landed on my energy and I'm just gonna have to kind of like come up to the surface. I feel like other people's expectations have also taken a toll on your energy, on your capacity to feel loved and to share love. So potentially you might have overbearing relatives or friends that place a lot of expectations on you, needing to shine, to radiate, to spread light, love, and warmth in your environment. But potentially in this period, you came across a limit and you figured out, no, I can't actually do this. I can't be at my best all the time. And that's beautiful. That's a realization of the fact that you are human and you have certain limits which are placed there in order to protect you. 444. To protect you from a megalomaniac state of being, to protect you from thinking you are a god when you are in reality a vulnerable human being. But you might not be comfortable with this sense of vulnerability. And learning to accept your vulnerability is going to place you in a position to share your love more freely with other people. I want to unblock this. There we go. So this is Aquarius energy coming into your life, the higher mind, ideals, hopes, wishes. This could even be you reconsidering your connection with technology, with the things that you have in your life that make life feel easier, that make you feel like you're progressing, like you're being helped in the achievement of your dreams. For example, like you might need a laptop to create so you can sell your work, so you can earn money. The laptop is an Aquarius object that was created to make our lives a little bit easier, even though some might argue that it can also give you addiction, right? Addiction to technology, addiction to being in an escapist virtual world compared with being in the real world. So everything that we create as humans, through our higher mind, through our intelligence, through our bolts of inspiration, has a good side and a negative side, and you're coming to terms with both of these aspects. We create things that make our lives easier, but at the same time, they come with certain responsibilities, with certain consequences. We create elevators so that we can quickly go up flights of stairs, you know, we don't have to actually put in the physical work, but then we find that our bodies are obese. We find that we're not moving our bodies as much as we should. We're not putting in the muscle work. Yeah? What does this have to do with love? Because maybe you're wondering, you're kind of veering off a trail, like, see what is happening here. I think that in your personal connections as well, you're finally coming to terms with not necessarily things always having happened to you, but how you also played a part in the dissolution of your personal connections. I think that for the majority of you that have chosen this group, you might not have even allowed yourself to fall in love or to be in a connection with somebody up until this point because of fear. Fear of giving your heart away and things not working out. fear of not knowing how to begin a relationship, not knowing how to maintain it, not knowing how to end it. Some of you have a fear of violence as well. That's what I'm hearing. Interesting. So there is a fear here of conflict, of violence, of bothering people that has kept you away from love, but you are a highly loving individual. You're a person that has very rich romantic fantasies. You're a person with a very well-developed inner world. And I think it's time for you to start hoping for the better in your love life. What else do we have here? Well, we have the Page of Wands. There is something here about your childhood, about growing up and not being allowed to act, to take action, to go about and be a bit more risky. Maybe you had overprotective parents that kept you locked away from the world in a bubble. Maybe you were a very sickly child who needed a lot of care and affection, and there might have been a lot of catastrophizing that happened, like a lot of parents or relatives always complaining about the state of the world and how scary the world is. So you're a bit afraid of traveling, you're a bit afraid of taking action, you're a bit afraid of interacting with people, and at the same time there is so much desire inside of your heart to do exactly that very thing that you're afraid of. And then we also have here the Death card blocked. So you're afraid of a transformation, you're afraid to break out of your chrysalis, group 2. Some of you have never had a relationship and you're afraid of actually having one. You're afraid of having sex, you're afraid of giving yourself to another person. Others of you had a connection, it broke you down, you blocked yourself away from love, and now you feel like a newborn, like a baby in terms of love. You've been so out of love for such a long period of time that you don't know if you still know how to be in a connection. It's been so long since you allowed yourself or you allowed somebody else to come in. So let's facilitate this transformation. Let's facilitate this death and rebirth. A lot of you are afraid of becoming parents, you're afraid of the responsibility, you're afraid of having sex that could lead to a lifelong commitment. A lot of you are a bit wary of how your body might change if you get pregnant. Others of you are just concerned about how can you be there day by day next to an individual that is so vulnerable and needs you. So issues of power and vulnerability, intimacy and staying away from people, issues of trusting and opening up and closing down and protecting yourself are heavily on your mind. But I feel like they don't carry the same fright or power to frighten you as they did in the past. There is a leveling up that is happening here. I mean, no wonder that you chose this image, because I feel that finally you are going to choose passion and courage over fear and a black and white mentality. Things can only go in this way or in that way. But something happened in your energy recently that made you see that, well, they can go in this way and that way and this way, and maybe upside down, and maybe lateral, and maybe north, south, and west. I feel like something has changed, yeah? And east, I forgot east. So let's see. Expect powerful change. Whoa, okay, so we have here a new moon eclipse. A massive fated event is coming in your love life. Let's see, we're piecing together to find out clues whether you have indeed met once in a lifetime love or not. You could have met them, but you're too afraid to actually start something with them. Let's see. We have here communication is key, new moon in Gemini. Gemini could be a very significant energy. You could have Gemini in your 8th house. Maybe you have Mars in Gemini or Mars and Gemini in the 8th house. The 8th house is the house of sexuality, transformation, the occult, magic. I also feel like for some of you, this could be a 12th house or a 4th house issue. It's about emotions and it's about surrender and allowing yourself to truly give in to life's bed pleasures, the 12th house. There is an inner duality here. I think you find it more comfortable in personal connections to be somebody who you're not. You find it comfortable to have a persona that is different from who you really are. It's almost like you've crafted a sense of self that you wear like a mask. And we have this as well here with the Lovers. So there is a duality here at play in your energy. You want it, but you don't want it. You're afraid, but you're actually brave about it. One moment you're super heavily invested in a connection with somebody, the next moment you're out of it. This could talk about low-key ADHD symptoms as well for some of you out there, but it could also talk about distractions, feeling incredibly distracted with everything that life has to give you. I feel like for some of you out there, you're wondering, how can I focus just on one person when there are so many people to get to know and love and have sex with and experience in this lifetime? So a part of you feels like I should want a long-term commitment, and another part of you is like, but what about all the other options? Why do I keep myself locked into just one connection? This connection brings me stability, but it might destroy my desire to explore, and it might stifle my curiosity. And so there's a bit of an internal conflict there that I'm picking up on. Clean it up. Whoa. So I feel like Spirit is very adamant about you needing to set your thoughts in order. You needing to make a decision and stick to it. This is about commitment. Whatever you commit to in love will grow. Nothing will actually happen and fructify or multiply unless you actually commit to it. We see here the elk, and the elk is a father figure. This talks about tradition. You might have a bone to pick with tradition. You might not agree with traditional beliefs, but at the same time, a part of you finds comfort in traditional beliefs. You rebel against them, but at the same time, you want to fit in and conform. We have here Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? So I think that there is this internal conflict up until the moment when you understand that you can make the rules of the love game yourself, that you have the power to lead a lot of people, and that you have a lot to say and do in your personal love life. So I feel that here you are the kind of individual that will need to wait a while until they actually meet the love of their life, until you find this once-in-a-lifetime love. But I feel like it's destined for you to be with a soulmate. It's almost as if it's written in the stars. You might have been feeling it since you were a very small child, that there was this ghostly presence around you that is circling you. You will have to do a lot of cleansing and a lot of protection, energetically speaking. That's why you might be drawn towards the occult, because you have to employ witchcraft in order to cleanse yourself of negative karmic energy so you can be together with the soulmate that is destined to appear in your life. It's almost like the soulmate is there, the specific once-in-a-lifetime love, because we have many different soulmates. It is there, it exists in the world, but your path towards seeing the soulmate and being in a connection with the soulmate requires you to do a lot of cleansing, do a lot of work to help other people before you actually meet this individual. But you've been feeling it in your bones ever since you were small, that you are destined to be together with somebody. And potentially this is why the sense of inner duality, the sense of having a twin in this life, you in another person's body. And then, yes, complexionem, complexity. Wow, and this kind of sends me thinking to complexity theory in physics. There is just this energy of meeting this person on many different dimensions. So for some of you that have chosen this group, you have a twin flame. Yeah, it's very clear. You have a higher order spiritual love connection that you need to work at bringing into being. And you need to do this work on a spiritual level, not just on the physical, pragmatic level of getting to know people and meeting them and moving around and making good choices in life. Yeah, this is also about prayer. This is also about cleansing. This is also about the death of the ego, going through a couple of dark nights of the soul. This is about redemption, forgiveness, all of these things that are represented here very strongly in the rebirth and death card. So the energies that we have on the table are Gemini and Scorpio, the astrological energies. We also have Aquarius here. Higher-minded energies, intelligent energies, occult energies. You're going to have to combine your intuition with your rational mind in order to kind of open up a variety of different portals. The most significant portal being for you and your twin flame each year, Ishtar's Gate, or the Lion's Portal, which opens each year on the 8th of the 8th. And that is the moment when our heart energies, all of us collectively, it's like we suddenly get a restart. Our hearts instantly open on the 8th of the 8th. Then it's up to us what we choose to do with that energy. If we want to close our hearts back again because we're afraid, if we want to actually manifest new love, if we want to reconcile with somebody from the past, it's up to us what we want to do. But we get this wonderful roar from our heart, from Anahata, on the 8th of the 8th each year. So take advantage of this energetic portal. It is coming up fairly soon from the moment at which I'm filming this reading. Or if you see this reading in the future, the next time when 8th of the 8th appears in your energy, in your time frame. Have you met once in a lifetime love? Not yet. You haven't yet manifested this person physically, but they exist with you, and they have been existing with you ever since birth. You are meant to be with this individual. It is happening in this lifetime, whether you like it or not, it is happening. And depending on how you handle this complexity of understanding how your energy works in many different dimensions, depending on how good you are at cleaning yourself spiritually, you can either bring this wonderful love transformation in your life quicker, or you can delay it a little bit. But yes, you have a once-in-a-lifetime love. It is destined, it is preordained, and through your spiritual work, you're going to connect with this person. That is the whole purpose of your spiritual work, being together with your person and manifesting true love here on earth. This is what I had for you, group 2. Wow, I really loved this reading. Let me know if it resonated in any way, shape, or form. Feel free to choose another of the 2 piles that I have here for you in this pick a card reading. Make sure to like this video, and please take really good care of yourself, and I hope to see you in my next one. Ciao. Hey group 3, hey my loves, welcome to a pick a card reading that was actually requested by a subscriber on the topic of, have you found once in a lifetime love, or are you yet to find it? So this is for those of you that were drawn to Collage Art number 3, which shows this guy holding this girl that's photographing the moon, or at least it could represent that. You could see something completely different in it. So I'm going to live shuffle from the Star Spinner Tarot to try to see what do the cards have to say. I think your story carries a little bit of the energy of this collage art. You felt held and supported by your partners in the past, but no longer at the moment. There could be something here about having an artistic skill, an artistic pursuit, and maybe only your romantic partner believed in that. And you are grateful to them for the fact that they inspired you to pursue this path. Let's see what the tarot cards have to say. So we have here the 4 of Coins, holding on to the past, being a little bit possessive, feeling as if you have to be very protective of your energy, of your body, of your skills, of your money. We also have here the 9 of Wands, defensiveness, not wanting to open up, not wanting to share your energy with other people. And it's interesting because the sun is coming out even though it's been raining the whole day in your specific reading. We also have here the Ace of Cups blocked. Resisting love, resisting a love offer. I feel like you're telling yourself, love isn't for me, it isn't real, I don't think I'm ready for it, it's scaring me. What if it will take away from the stability I have created in my life? Many times you'll see in the media these portrayals of romantic love as a passion that makes you lose your mind, but it doesn't have to be like that. Usually if a situation is so passionate that it destabilizes your health and any other conditions in your life, that is a toxic situation. True love is peace, is feeling like you're arriving home, is feeling like you belong, is feeling like you're just fitting so well with somebody. There is such a flow with the other individual, and you get to grow and do more things with your partner than you were able to do on your own, or you get to do specific things with your partner. So let's unblock this flow of love, yeah? Where there has been a blockage, now the waters of your heart are able to flow freely. You're allowing the Holy Spirit in. You're allowing yourself to flow, to merge, to get intimate with somebody. No longer do you need to keep yourself so locked away like a wallflower sitting on the backbench of life, but you're actively participating in it, drinking from this beautiful nectar of the soul. Now, we also have here the High Priestess, Piscean energy, Neptune, being emotionally detached, remote, unapproachable, like Rapunzel in her castle. Being a creature that is incredibly intelligent, sensitive, introverted, but not sharing these gifts with anyone for fear of being misjudged, mislabeled, and even downright abused. Spending a lot of time thinking about your parents, living with your parents. We see the sun and the moon, which represent the energy of the mother and the father. And then if you take it one step further, the sun and the moon also represent the husband and the wife. So wondering whether by falling in love with somebody and having a connection with them, wondering whether you're just going to actually reenact the same kind of relationship that your parents had with each other. Wondering whether you can escape the burden of the subconscious, the burden of your childhood, the burden of the past. Wondering if you will be able to break the pattern in love and truly feel like love is a blessing, love is something to be enjoyed rather than something to be suffered. 444 when I said that, spiritual foundations. Now, we also have here the sun. So this is a really powerful harbinger of truth, light, warmth, inspiration. You are such a magnetic individual. You're highly attractive. So we're putting together the clues that could help us answer the question, right? The question that you're here for, that you clicked on this video for. Have you met this once in a lifetime opportunity? Okay, so we have a lot of cards that say that you're holding on to something, but you're also not completely open to receive it. It's like somebody's giving you a gift and you took the gift and you put it someplace on the mantelpiece and you're not opening up, you're not enjoying it, you're not using it, but the gift is there on the mantelpiece. Will you open it one day? I don't know. This card promises that yes, you will, and you are so going to enjoy it. But this card talks to me about waiting, postponing, procrastinating in love, not really wanting to have anything to do with it. Because to a certain extent, this state of in-betweenness gives you safety. Because you haven't made a definitive decision and fully embarked on seeing love to the end, you're kept in this liminal state where anything is possible, but no real conclusion has been drawn. So I haven't exhausted the outcome of the situation. In my love life, beautiful things can still happen. I haven't made a drastic decision. I haven't began a relationship, but I also haven't concluded it. I'm in between. Let's see. Wow, this is the card of the in-between, the anxious in-between. It's like you put your swords up, you're protected, you're not budging. You're just in your mind, thinking about all the potential ramifications of a decision, but not really taking the decision. Let's see what the oracle cards have to say. Have you met this once in a lifetime love? Deep replenishment. You're sleeping on it at the moment. You're sleeping on a really important decision. You're sleeping on a really important choice. You're preferring to give to yourself. You're preferring to heal, to work on yourself. But to a certain extent, we can always heal. We can always work on ourselves. This way of saying to yourself, I'm not participating in life because I'm very busy working on myself, is a way to escape life's responsibilities, because there can be no end to how much inner work you can do. There can be no end to how much rest you can have in this lifetime. But the only end that can come is the one that you decide upon. When you make the bold decision, okay, that's it, enough. I had enough rest. I had enough healing. I want to go out there and I want to grab this love connection by the balls. I want to make a bold step. I want to actually live this, feel this. I want to make love. I want to want and I want to be wanted. I want to love and I want to love. And up until the moment when you make this decision, nothing is going to happen. Yeah? Interesting. We have here deep knowing. Oh, you know the answer to this question. You're here just to fact check. You're here just to get a second opinion. You know whether you have met the love of your life or not. Some of you know who this person is as well. You're supported. You're so strongly supported. Also because this collage art kind of tells me that you chose this support, this protection. But you see how the owl as well is also supported by this knowing moon, or planet, more like it. You are sitting on a reservoir of deep inner knowledge and support. You're not fooling me, group 3. You guys could be divinators as well, those of you who have chosen this pile. We have here as well, don't let pride get in your way. And this is the full moon in Leo. You could have great hair, by the way. Ooh, nice. But this is about the crown chakra, right? Leo, the crown, the hair. It's all about Swadhisthana, the many-petaled flower that opens up to the wisdom of the unknown and the divine. So there is here a feeling that you know that you can rely on a partner already. You have met somebody that has the potential to be this once-in-a-lifetime love. Are they? Let's see. It's time to release negativity. So we have here full moon in Scorpio. So this is a lot about transforming love from just a basic lusty sexual magnetic kind of vibe into something divine, into something higher up. Leo and Scorpio are energies that when you have them in your chart, they can lead to phenomenal creativity and fertility. You can be this kind of person that has a house packed with many different things to do. You can be an artist, you can have many children. Or if this energy is not used properly, it can lead to addictions. There is an inner struggle inside the individual that has Scorpio and Leo strongly in their chart that makes the light fight with the darkness. And you never know which side is going to win. Sometimes the light wins, other times the darkness overcomes the light. If you don't believe me, check out Matthew Perry, the guy who played in Friends, Chandler. He is a Leo sun with a Scorpio moon. He struggled with addictions all of his life. Many people that have these combinations struggle with themselves. They struggle to accept themselves. They struggle to love their light. They struggle to accept their darkness. So it's almost as if I radiate love. I attract so much love in my life. I know I am love, but then I'm also suspicious and possessive and paranoid, and I try to keep myself away from people. We have these cards here, yeah? We have the 4 of coins, the 9 of wands, and we have the high priestess. This is all this energy, the darkness, scorpionic energy. I keep myself away from people I cannot trust. I'm gonna hide in my lair. and wait until the person reveals how awful they can be. But you, at the same time, don't understand that by treating people with suspicion, you actually end up fulfilling a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you treat an individual with a lack of trust, they will eventually fall flat on their face and show you that you cannot trust them, because that's what you manifested. You manifested a lack of trust. And that person, of course, rose up to the expectation of that manifestation. But if you come at this energy in this way, with Leo confidence, with trust, an open heart, and knowing that no matter what happens, you are the light, you can be open and vulnerable, even if people, behave with you in very lewd ways, this won't affect you. Maybe it will affect you momentarily, but you are this light. You radiate back onto them their own darkness. You blind them with your force of magnetism and attraction and creativity and playfulness and dynamism. So if you come at this energy with Leo, there is nothing that you cannot achieve. No person that you cannot have fall in love with you. It's just that it's all this trick of how do you moderate your darkness and how do you combine it with your light. Because you are supported. And look, we have here furorem, which is rage. Rage usually shows us where a boundary has been crossed. There is such a thing as a divine rage, right? Divine anger, justified anger. When we love something, we protect it, we nurture it, and somebody swoops in and attacks it, destroys it, steals it from us. We are in a wonderful position to step into that nemesis energy. The energy that actually says, you crossed the boundary. I cannot allow you to treat me with less respect than I deserve. I will set this right. At the same time, rage can also come from wanting something and wanting it now. And if it doesn't happen, then you stomp your feet and you create havoc and chaos for everyone around you because you're not getting what you want when you want it. And that is the ego shouting. That is arrogance. That is a petulant child that doesn't understand that there are rules and limitations to what this person can get and receive. So sometimes you might find yourself shifting in between these two extremes. There can be certain memories that can overwhelm you, memories of anger and rage that block the flow of love. And then you just need to open up your heart again. But then negativity comes in, the rage, open up the heart again. And the important thing is not really how well you keep your heart open all the time or how awful it is if you keep blocking it all the time. The important thing is this process that you breathe life into, because it's all about openings and closings in your energy and how you allow others to support you while you also share your light with them and make them feel good about the fact that they're supporting you, the fact that they love you, where you treat them with trust and joy rather than detached coldness and barriers to your heart, barriers to your energy. There is a lot of talk at the moment about healthy boundary setting, but I think that this kind of talk can turn very toxic. Pluto in Capricorn has gone amok with all of these separations and blocking people and cutting them. What happened with the old-fashioned, let's just meet, let's just talk, let's just be friends, let's just trust each other? It's a lot of emotional control that leads to these random boundaries being set in personal connections, to the point where we are all just individuals hiding inside of ourselves, not really trusting and opening up to other people. It is the breakdown and the transformation of the fabric of the social world, which will be amplified once Pluto enters Aquarius. But I'm just saying this in your reading to make you aware of the fact that you have indeed found your person. Yes, you have. You have found this once-in-a-lifetime love. But it is how much you allow yourself to love and to give love to this individual rather than to constantly go back into this den of secrecy and paranoia and obsession. Oh, should I really love them? Will they really be by my side? How about if you just take a gamble and trust? The worst thing that you can happen is that you end up being hurt. But there are worse things than being hurt in life. There are worse things than being emotionally hurt. The worst thing I could think of is never having loved, never having felt anything, being like a mildly sedated robot coursing through life with no sense of meaning or purpose. Think about that. It's worth the pain. Love is worth the pain. Yeah. You have met this person. There's a very clear yes, and the Sun card was the one that was giving me the clue. There is a person in your past, in your surroundings, that loves you. They are this once-in-a-lifetime love. And it's up to you whether you decide to descend from your castle and partake in this love, whether you decide to open up your heart and say, okay, yes, let's do this. Let's try our hands at this love. It doesn't have to be a perfectly lived love. You just have to love, that's all. And many times, you don't need to know how to love. You just do it. You feel it, you do it. You show up each day. You talk to that person. You stand by their side. You make love to them. You try to pick them up when they're down. You go and you tell them when you're down so that they can help you. Wow, okay. And for some reason I touched my Ouija board, so there is something occult happening here, and I just wanted to somehow amplify it. This is the reading that I had for you, group 3. I hope that you have enjoyed it. For a moment I wanted to say group 2, so maybe you're here from group 2. Hey, I'm catching on to you. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed it. Make sure you like this video, comment down below and let me know, did this resonate in any way? The messages today have been really powerful, so let me know. Also let me know what do you think about the collage art, and I'll make sure to create some more for the next pick a card readings. Until next time, take care, group 3. Ciao.